It says in the Gemara in Masechet Nedarim, a very interesting ma'amar there. It says, Amar Rav Ami, Amar Rav, Mai dichtiv v'ata ben adam maseh lecha kli gola. Gemara says, zeo ner v'ke'ara v'shatiach. You have to have a galut, right? A ner, a candle, a ke'ara, a bowl, and a shatiach. And let's see what shatiach is. Rashi says shatiach or le'echol alav, some skin to eat on. Right? The Gemara says bechoser kol, based on the pasuk in Dvarim, bechoser kol, without anything. Amar Rav Ami says, Amar Rav, in the name of Rav, belo ner, without a ner, uvelo shulchan. When we use bechoser kol with nothing, not having anything, means that a person doesn't have a candle or a table to eat on. Rav Chazda Amar, Rav Chazda says, it means bechoser kol belo isha, without a wife. Rav Sheshat Amar, belo shemesh, without sun. Rav Nachman Amar, belo de'ah, without knowledge. A person is considered poor without knowledge. Tana belo melach uvelo revav, but it says without melach, without salt, ubelo revav, something to eat with. Amar Avaye naktinan, Avaye says we hold en ani ela bedeah. Ani means en ani ela bedeah. It means that misha kana dat of a person. The bodat eno chaser klum. If you have sechel, you have it all. It's very strange. Let's look 1 second at the Maharsha. The Maharsha says, very interesting. Naktinan en ani ela bedeah. Milat ani vadai berov neemar al ani b'mamon. When we use the word ani, poor person, we're always talking about money, poverty. Ela. The Ratzah lomar, he wants to tell us, en ani de'achat ichtiv bechoser kol ela bedeah. What does it mean, ela bedeah? I'm going to tell you something a little bit on the Maharsha, a little bit off it, but let's say you have a guy who is a billionaire. So it's a billionaire. It's a lot of money. Another guy is a multi-millionaire. Okay, so it's a guy who is a multi-millionaire. What do you care? If this guy has so much money, well, what do you care? First of all, are you going to switch your life to his life? Do you know what goes on with his life? What do you care? So he has a lot of money. Okay, so what? So good for him. What do you care? What does that to do with you? I'll tell you this. When I left the business world, it was a conscious decision. My peers, who held the same position as I did, make today something like $750,000 a year. They have $3 million apartments in the city, apartments in overseas. Okay, but that's good for them. They decided to work there, and I decided to work here. I decided to go back to Kollel, and they decided to go Kollel everything besides the Kollel. What do I care? I don't care. I would never switch their life with my life. I'm happy with what I have. I have everything I need. Baruch Hashem. I don't care that they have a lot of money. No, they have a lot of money. When I made the decision to live my life the way I wanted to live my life, it was my decision. So there's nothing for me to compare about. The problem that people become jealous, and people say, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. Do you want me to take away from you till you see how much you had when you claimed that you don't have enough? Aniyut, being poor, is a state of mind. It's not a number of a bank account. You should simplify your life. Your life will pass away. Will go quickly. Whoops. And you're never going to live your dreams because you conveniently drop your dreams. And you should really not care about what the other person has. So he has. Okay. What does it have to do with me? It only has to do with me when I am not complete, when I'm not shalem with the way I live my life. When I'm not doing what I'm doing full-heartedly. Nobody told you, I don't know, to become a teller in the bank. You had a choice. You could have done something else. He had a choice. He had something else. That's why the whole concept of distribution of wealth, it's so wrong to me. This person decided that he wants to hustle and bustle and do all these things, and eventually one thing led to the other, and he was lucky enough to become, a millionaire or billionaire. That was his decision. When argument's sake, when he was working, I don't know what, closing deals and working hard day and night, I decided to go to the beach. So I became a bum, and he became a millionaire. I decided to go to the kollel, he decided to go to work. But I didn't complete with my thing. So why should he share his wealth with me? Whatever he has, and whatever I have. It's not right that if he worked hard and he has a lot of money, he should share it with me. What's a distribution of wealth? The concept is morally wrong. The poor people should Robin Hood. Everybody has a choice. We can all go to college. As a matter of fact, if you're poor, you go to college free. You have a choice. So I'm not for the rich people. Listen, I'm not rich in money. But I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Now I know I feel wealthy, but I love to learn, If you let me learn, I don't know, give me something new to learn or make $1,000. Oh, $1,000. What am I going to do with $1,000? It's going to make me smile. I want to learn. Somebody wants to make $1,000. I don't want to learn. That's his choice. We all have our choices. If you feel that you have no choice over your life, or whatever it is that you do, you didn't do it because you wanted to do so therefore you're going to reject him. Then all of a sudden you feel entitled. You say, why he has and I don't have? Because he has and I don't. Because I made these decisions and he made that decision. It's good for him. There's no such thing as distribution of wealth. The only wealth one should distribute is the wealth of knowledge. It's the only knowledge that you can actually distribute because it's never going to be chaser from you. It's going to be lacking from you. Let's say he's a billionaire. If he gives me $1 million, what's $1 million to a billionaire? Nothing. But he's going to be missing $1 million. That's going to be stealing. It's not right. But if I have a lot of knowledge and I give him the knowledge still stays with me. It doesn't take anywhere from me. The only distribution of wealth should be intellectual property, not monetary. And you should not be embarrassed to tell people that. We all have choices over our life. If I chose to be frugal and not to take a second mortgage and not to take myself a ginormous house with marble and stainless steel railings and so on and so forth, and I didn't go into debt, and you did, and you got into debt, so why should we, if I save this money, why should I share it with you? You call it social responsibility? Fine, you're right. You should be socially responsible not to go into debt. Why should I be spending you? Okay? Yes, we have the mitzvah of tzedakah in the Torah and so on and so forth, but there's also tzedakah also has a limit to it. On that, it says in last week's parasha, on a man marrying his sister, chesed hu. What's a chesed hu? What's a chesed hu? It's a chesed hu. So Rashi has two pirushim. One pirush Rashi says, well, chesed leshon arami. right? It's an Aramaic word for something inappropriate. However, even if you think that there will be chesed, it's not chesed. In other words, let's say, for example, you have a sister, she's 40 years old, nobody would marry her, she's ugly with a nose like this. Okay, I'll do chesed, I'll marry my own sister. No, you can't do that. Yet you might think it's a chesed, but it's erva, you can't do it. In other words, even chesed needs to have boundaries to it. So I need to give tzedakah, right? How much do you have to give tzedakah? Like you have a lot of money. How much do you have to give tzedakah? What's the maximum you can give tzedakah? 50%. You can't give more than 50%. It's very simple. So Rabotai, the only richness you would have in life is not house, not cars, not automobiles, not money, nothing. The only wealth you will have in your life is the wealth of knowledge. So invest in that. Ve'en de'ah ki'im Torah. So before you're going to go to business schools, learn how to make an investment. A proper investment will be to invest now in your learning, because it will be good for you here and it will be good for you in Olam Haba. And for that, I'll say have a great day.